Oh, this fucking mouse. I forget about this stupid fucking mouse. What's your password? Your password. It's one. It's on. Never mind. I want to.
You want to get in my Gmail?
I just want to get the fastest one. Nah.
Okay, then ask me for my Gmail password.
Well, but now I realize that I have to be logged into mine so I can log in. Let's see which one
so
is.
add an account. Basket case, buddy.
How the fuck can you see this keyboard? Let's go. Eight 97103.
Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert.
Hey,
how are you?
can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Is that Ridgely?
Nice
Or
to
Robert?
meet you. I just sent the link to Ridgely. He'll be joining.
Say again?
Yeah, I think
It's just got automatic speakers, right?
I think he's joining us in about 3 minutes, maybe less.
You can probably still plug in the actual speakers, maybe.
That'll probably be better now that I've turned it up from 20%.
Bobby D.
Great, we've already got somebody on. And I'm sending the email out right now.
I can hear you.
I got it working, except I got acoustic feedback
Hey guys,
on my own voice.
who is that over there?
It's Steve. How are you?
How are you, mate? Awesome.
I'm great.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Look at that, I'm in nice and early. Hey, you might have a vodka, I've got a water.
Nah, this is a side juice or something like that. Meant to keep me awake. Frankly, it tastes a bit foul.
Okay. Try water.
Yeah, I got one of those as well. I'm good. I figured you might be having coffee over there.
I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm excitable enough, but I can see a Jamaica Blue coffee to my right.
Oh,
The other side,
man. I might have to come over and visit. Where are you exactly?
We're in Perth,
Ah,
Western
perfect.
Australia.
Yeah, I love
Nice
Perth.
and
Perth is beautiful.
It is. It's perfect one day, even better the next.
I love it. I love it. Well, we are running technical checks and all that kind of thing, and we'll get rolling here in a little bit, but you are in.
Lovely. Yeah, my screen jumping in and out, actually. I don't know if that's my speed or your end.
Hold on. Well, let me try something. Now I have you fixed screen. Is it stayed fixed now on your end?
It's going in and out. You know what? It's an old laptop, so I'm not sure. We needed something with a microphone and a camera.
You know what you can do if you
Well, I
want?
can see it at the bottom the whole time, but then the actual screen itself is just jumping out.
You know what you can do if you have a mouse? You can take
Yeah.
the cursor and click over either your own image or mine, and then it'll put a white border around it.
Around the microphone?
No, it'll put a white border around the image on the bottom,
Yep.
and now it should start jumping
Yes, you're absolutely right.
around.
You've done that before.
You know, a couple of times, which, by the way, does not insulate us from doing stupid things. So just letting you know. Right, Bobby? I hear you laugh. That's right. So awesome, man. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you could make it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the early heads up.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get you in and say, let's get in quickly, and we'll start. You'll be the first Y discovery of the evening.
First, why? That'll be great. I'll get Simon in. Simon, come on, we ready?
By the way, you got about 20 minutes, so take your time. If you got something else you want to do for a minute or whatever, you're in. Spot is there. You're all good. Just don't click out.
We're in. I'm on. Oh, cool. Are we starting?
Hey,
We're
mate.
just hanging out for 20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing technical checks.
I'll go get my coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Long black, flat white, whatever you like.
Jealous of your Jamaican thing.
Awesome. Okay, Bobby, looks like this is working.
What's that?
Everything looks like it's working.
Yeah, I'm getting the link to get it to the other group.
Okay, now that's interesting. I ran a trial, and I muted out Jared, but I can't unmute.
I'll have you from my end.
Okay, I was just running a trial, so.
Well, that's interesting. I can't unmute him either.
Yeah, no, he's unmuted.
Okay, there he is. It's a delayed reaction.
Perfect. Okay, good. As long as you can do it, we're good. All right. I shall be right back. This is Steve. This is what happens in Florida. You got your nice shirt on, right? But down here you got your shorts on.
No. And it's the red shirt as well.
Yeah, you got to have the red shirt on. That's the uniform. But down here you can have your shorts on. See? Don't say it.
I wish I could tell you the same, but it's not.
No, I hope not. You look a lot more dapper there. You look a lot better than I do. All right, I'll be right back.
I'm back. He's got his red shirt on. He goes, "This is why we do it in Florida." He's doing, well, I've got my shorts on.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask him if he got his red shirt and his red shoes on.
No,
His
he's
red
got
belt.
his shorts on. He's in Florida.
Oh. So no red t-shirt.
I was wondering how it looks back there.
What is that?
What? Because I clicked on that, which means you can go into previous. That's jumping in now.
Hold on. Oh, that's in his like cricket bat.
That won't be a bad yet.
Wait.
It's gone. So you can see. Gotcha. That's fire patches. Well. Did you hear me talking? Oh yeah. Just clearly. Clearly. Yeah. Right, sounds like we can hear you. Awesome. Jamaica, where did that come from? It's over here.
Yeah.
So that's the translation.
Yeah, that's the train.
Oh yeah, that's the post war.
Yeah.
I was contemplating making new roles. So I wanted to be on there. So maybe we can make new roles after. You know, like a hairdresser. Yeah, that's right. So we'll get some
Very funny.
links nowadays.
I was optimistic to get up really early and sleep around this morning.
Yeah, well,
I woke up and
Really?
just like laughed at myself when I went to sleep. Like you're an idiot.
Could be alarm goal.
Yeah. And I was
what time?
like 4:30.
The moon is still out.
It was still dark when I left that morning.
Yeah, how depressing is that?
And it was really dark when
It
we
was
got home last night.
Yeah, geez, I couldn't believe you guys. I thought you were still here at 8:30.
I know, that's so funny.
Like, oh my God, you guys are persistent. Hey,
So the computer's not working.
His drivers, and you guys are persistent. Wow.
No, that it took a while for Dave to actually.
What, Dave came in?
Yeah.
We were here till like 7:30.
I reached home, shower, everything, and then when I finished up.
Yeah, I know. It was like.
I thought you might have got some food.
No, we were like.
Oh, no, that was when I think it was 7:30 or something. I left at 6.
But it's not working.
Oh, it is working. It's just so advanced that the hard drive can't, like the software that's on the old hard drive,
Yeah.
not actually compatible.
So we just got a blank computer.
Hey,
It's
you know
all
what?
on there.
Actually,
It's
I'm
just.
thinking we might need to mute ourselves here.
It's quite a good conversation. I'm enjoying it. It's all good. You want to see the now this would not be an inexpensive thing to do for the whole team, but you want to see really cool productivity tool?
Yes.
Okay, watch this. I'm not moving, but my desk is. See that?
Oh, we were just talking about that when we get a new office. That's definitely coming in.
I'm telling you, these things are great. I've got a friend who's a billionaire, very, very successful guy. He has his entire building, no chairs. No
Wow.
chairs.
Oh, I don't know.
An option.
And
So
so
does he have those balls that people sit on?
that's all I have in my office. A ball
Yeah.
and a stand-up desk. That's it. So then I can lower it, raise it, whatever. But I think it's really helpful.
Very good for your core strength.
Exactly, and it keeps you awake.
Keep you awake.
No. You need the Jamaica blue.
Exactly. I want one of those, man. That looks really good. Is it good, Simon?
That's Sam.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, there you are. Awesome. Yes, it is beautiful outside. I'm trying to see if I can spot a dolphin for everybody. See, that's out of my window.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, where are you in, like Boca Raton?
No, actually, I'm in the northwest part of Florida. So I'm on the Gulf of Mexico. So if Miami's down here, I'm at the exact opposite end. So
over near Tampa.
even further. So I'm closer to New Orleans than to Tampa.
Yep. Okay.
Way on the little bit at the end of Florida.
I know where you are. I drove through that area.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
I got a boat out of Tampa to do a Caribbean cruise.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah. I drove all the way from New Orleans down through to there. It was a lovely drive.
Yeah, that's a lovely.
Swampland.
Beautiful. That's not a short drive, though, mate.
I drove all the way from LA.
Oh, yeah. I've done that a few times. That is a long drive. You may as well drive all the way across Australia.
Yep. I drove all the way around the lower 48, and then all the way up through Canada, and caught a boat up to Alaska and did as well.
Nice. How do I get to have your life?
Oh, let's swap.
Oh, man. Awesome. All right. 15 minutes. Then we can get rolling, do some work.
Rich, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the email out went to the group that cut out last time. They got a little bit of a head start. And the other ones out to other people to join here.
Perfect.
Look at that. He thought we could all squeeze enough into that little picture.
Yeah, you guys are good, man.
Hey, I can't make anything out anymore.
The one with the shiny head?
Oh, that's me. Gloss coming off the top.
Oh, you know what? These have marching orders as well. So you
I'm winning.
yeah, you're winning at the moment. I'll give you that.
I don't know. It's quite competition. I was looking to win though.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We will hang for a second.
Do you make it over to New Orleans much?
I do, actually. I'm supposed to go there in 3 weeks. And my wife and I had our honeymoon there, so it's kind of our city. And we go out there fairly regularly.
Yeah, I really like the vibe of New Orleans. It was way different. There's like definitely different parts of the US.
Yeah.
There's definitely a different vibe in New Orleans than other places.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's one of those a little bit mad, a little bit fun, a little bit decadent. If you go there in the summertime, it is ridiculously hot. Not a little bit, ridiculous, like Thailand.
We're in Perth.
Well, I don't know how hot it gets over there.
50 days of the year, or 100 degrees rather.
Yeah. In New Orleans, it's like 115 and sticky. Ugh.
So it's muggy as well.
Yeah, yeah, in the summer, but in the fall is beautiful. The spring's beautiful, and the food is great.
Yeah, the food is very different. I think that's what makes it a little bit unique. The food is definitely different.
Yeah.
To bring with that little culture difference as well.
Yep, for sure. A lot of good music everywhere, jazz places, and what have you. Ah, okay. So how many people are on your team, Steve?
We got 4 and 2 halves. The 2 halves aren't in today.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I like that 4 and 2 halves. That's good.
We've got a junior that comes in 3 days a week, or 2 to 3 days a week, and we've got a bookkeeper who happens to be my wife, who comes in 2 days a week as well.
Perfect. Awesome.
So mainly we're the core. The core 4.
I like that. That's good. The power is in the house.
That's it. It's probably our best team actually at the present minute. Very good.
Perfect.
We've had Tash come back, which is good. She decided she wanted to leave and go to the UK, but she couldn't handle not having working for us, so she came back.
Hey, Rich.
Oh, I have got a question. Is it difficult? Like we were talking the other night about everyone's default is 1. Is it also very difficult to find someone's why when they're young?
Yes. So the way it works is, by the time someone is about 9 or 10 years old, it is locked down. Probably earlier than that. Probably more like 6 or 7. But their ability to express it is another story, because they're really focused on what do you think they should say. How do I please mommy or daddy when I'm speaking with them? And as a result, until I would say 13 or so, it's hard. After that, it's fine. Women, young ladies are generally a little bit easier at an earlier age because they're more evolved. As we know, guys take longer. Okay, so 9, 20, it shouldn't be that difficult. No, by the age of 15, it's a done deal. No issue at all. I've done Y discoveries as young as 11 years old, but I say to people, because it is quite tricky, if they're 13, 14 or up, you're fine.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So
I think we were just showing how because we were trying to do it last week on our whole team, and we're all coming up with different numbers for different people. But none of us really got any.
Well, I felt so. The reason we're having this sort of extra session, and it's kind of like only insiders. It may be just a few of us, which would be very cool, is because I felt so bad when everybody couldn't get in last time. I was like, oh man. So we'll see. This is like the super insider group only. So we'll see who shows up, and if it's just us, then we'll just play together for a while. Good.
And I just love that customer service in North America. It's great.
Oh, good.
So over the top to make sure the customer is happy. It's something. Hey, I don't know how many times you've come to Australia, but customer service in Australia is almost like a swear word.
Oh.
Funny.
Well, we try.
It's a breath of fresh air to come across it again. It's been a few years since I've been over there.
Well, it's interesting. I have a philosophy, and because I'm blessed with being asked to speak all over the place all the time, I have the ability to be lazy. And what I mean by that is I don't have to do a lot of marketing, right? Because all I do is I go somewhere, I do a presentation, and those people who get it raise their hand, like you did, and said, I'm in. What do I do? And as a result, on the one hand, it makes me a little bit lazy because I don't really have to work very hard on going out and finding more clients. But on the other hand, what I decided was, okay, the ones we have, they have to be treated with awesome care. Not good care. It has to be awesome. It has to be, what else can we do? Where else can we do it? How can we help? What does that look like? And so we've developed great friendships based on being lazy. It's great. So I have great relationships with our clients. We become friends, and whenever I go on trips, I always have like 50 million people to go hang out with, and it's really cool. And
your Facebook must be very busy.
You know, somebody takes care of it, but it wouldn't be me.
You would post something about where you are in the world, and there'd be just thousands of likes and hits straight away.
Yeah, you know, that falls into the lazy category. I suppose I probably should do that, but I don't.
Too busy looking out the window, looking at dolphins.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? I mean, it's kind of funny. It's like tomorrow I'm in Dallas. I'll be there for a couple days, and then a week and a half from now I'm going to Chicago, and I'm speaking there, and then I come back home a week, and then I'm gone again to Mexico, and it's continuous. So when I'm home, I hang out with my friends, even if they're in Perth.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
It's all good.
I feel like hanging out with you too, Rich.
Perfect. Awesome. In fact, I was on the phone last night with my mate. Well, last night my time, yesterday morning your time, with a mate in Perth. He keeps trying to convince me to come down and go sailing with him on his boat.
Oh, you'd love it. We have a lovely river here in Perth.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was there last time. It was great. We went over to the Perth Yacht Club, and I talked to 50 CEOs.
Oh, wow. So you've been over here. Wow, that's impressive. The most isolated city in the world.
I know, right? I landed in Sydney, and I was like, yes, I'm almost there. And then they said, 8 more hours between the two. I was like, are you kidding? It's like ridiculous. So, but then when I got there, it was beautiful. So
it's always lovely weather. It's a bit like, you know, it's a bit like California, a little bit like Miami. Miami still gets rain though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Miami is not as beautiful as Perth.
No, different type of beauty in Miami, I think.
Yeah, I think so. What are those stairs that I had to run up? The really long stairs going up from the down by the river.
Oh, the DNA Tower. DNA Tower. They've actually just closed that.
Oh, really?
It's caused a big hoo-ha.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. I mean, Kathy and I, my wife, we went running up those stairs, and by the time I got to the top, I was exhausted.
Yeah, a lovely view when you make it to the top.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, I think I'm probably biased, but I do think that Perth is a very pretty city. I love water running through a city.
Yeah, no, I thought it was one of the nicest cities I've been in.
Yeah, Sydney from Centre Point Tower, though, that's the loveliest view for me.
Yeah, that's really nice, too.
Probably one of the loveliest views in the world. I do like Dubrovnik in Europe as well. That's very pretty. But I do think it's one of the most prettiest cities in the world.
I agree. Yeah, no, we that's one of the ways that Kathy and I visit cities is we go running and walking. So we cover a lot of distance. All right, 2 minutes, and we're kicking this off with a Y Discovery. Yours. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, good. Echo's gone, too. Okay, so that was Bobby who's creating that echo. Were you guys hearing an echo also?
Funny to see your face up.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys look like this. This is what you guys look like.
Good.
Ah.
So if you change the thing, yeah, that's much better. There you go. See, that's much better. These are the things you can demo. It's like, no, you guys look like this. That's what you look like. Okay, good. Did you move? This is much better.
Right. Now you can see all the drinks.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, I don't even make it out. They're that small. Do I really?
I don't know, maybe.
Now I can
Yeah.
see everybody. Bum, bum, bum. Sam, Simon, Tesh. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Bobby, let me know when you're back.
I'm back. I had to
Hey, we have got a little group.
take her to the computer.
Yeah, no, anyone who's not one of our clients, we make them only watch only.
Ah, right. Okay.
So this is only for the super cool insider group.
Do you like open this to all people that are in your group or whatever? Like, so if you've just done a seminar last week, you get a blog in this week?
What we would do is we would invite people who want to have a further look at what we're doing to watch only. And then those people who are our clients get invited to participate, like here.
Right, okay.
And we do that, like the next session that we're having will be a website workshop. And so you'll be invited, and then only our clients will look at their websites. Everybody else can just watch.
Right, okay. Yeah, I think we're a few weeks ago from the end of that section.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Bobby.
We really need to identify who's what.
That's probably a very good idea. To actually, rather than us guessing, to actually know would be very helpful. I think the more that we do it, the more we look up that. I was listening to that replay yesterday, learning the questions that you asked, come back to answer. I think that's very beneficial.
Yeah.
Rather than just, we were just going through the 3 questions.
You know what? Why don't we? Let's just do it. So, what are you doing, bro?
You want me to mute everybody but you?
I can't hear you, man. You are fading in and out on me.
Do you want me to mute everyone else until you get started with your initial beginning?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So, kicking off right now and excited to hang out with everybody. Want to show you, and Bobby, just let me know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I'm going to show you really quickly on my screen. I may be going to share some content. Let me just see. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work. Okay, hold on a second. I need to make a slight adjustment here. See if I can make a slight adjustment. And we'll get started right away. Steve is volunteered, or we're voluntelling him that he's going first. So that's awesome. And we're going to figure that out. Let me just see if I know how to do this now. Screen share on this. No, that's not going to work. All right, cool. So, kicking off another evening session of Why Discoveries, and we have some great friends from Australia visiting with us. This is kind of our welcoming everybody back, especially this is primarily set up for those people who could not make it last go around because we had some technical challenges and shut everybody out. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick it right off with some Why Discoveries. And Bobby, if you would unmute Steve and the team, and we're going to jump right in. So, Steve, you ready?
Yeah. I feel like I'm back on stage with 400 people.
Yeah, right. Exactly, man. Well, now you're just with the rest of the world watching. That's all. Anybody that wants to pipe in, they could find the link and hey, man, no, they're watching you in Pakistan, Europe, South America, whatever. It's all good. So, you know how this drill works. Let me work with you and tell me about something that happened to you at work with another human being that made you feel successful or great.
I had a client come in the other day, had a issue with his super fund, and I was able to come up with a solution on the spot, and that made me feel really great and successful.
Okay, what about it? What about it made you feel successful?
He was very appreciative of the fact that we were able to come up with a solution on the spot. It was probably just a quick brainwave that I had as we were talking and discussing actually a separate matter a second issue that came up, and I was able to solve his first problem by joining those two issues together. And it made me feel good, and he was very appreciative that I came up with that on the spot, and the appreciation was made me feel great.
And what about the fact that you came up with it on the spot? In other words, that you were able to do it so quickly. What about that made you feel good?
It made me feel smart, I suppose. In hindsight, it probably would have been better to come up with the answer after and send him a bill. But it made me feel successful because I was able to come up with that idea right there and then. So I felt great because I came up with a solution that made him feel happy, in fact stoked, and he was appreciative of it, really.
Okay, perfect. And so, everybody else, if you know the 9 whys, you can just have a quick think. What do you think this one might be so far based on hearing that? And we're going to see if this same pattern of behavior repeats itself in a second story. So let's go over to the personal side and tell me about something that happened to you that has absolutely nothing to do with work. Friends, family, relationships, anything you want, something that happened outside work that made you feel successful. Jared, if you can hear, Jared, mute yourself out, please, so we can hear it better. Or Bobby, Merrick, Jared.
This is a very personal thing, but something that means a lot to me. Every night I I sit with my 9-year-old son, and we talk about the day and what he's done and what he's learned during the day. And in particular, he had a particular issue, so like a specific event. He had a particular event where he wasn't quite getting along with some kids in the street, and I was able to discuss with him about different types of people, about an alpha male, you know, a sports jock. I just tell him about different types of people and where he fitted into that. And yeah, he was extremely appreciative, and it was just really bonding, and it was great to be able to pass that on to my child.
And what about being able to pass it on like that made you feel good?
It made me feel like I was doing my job as a father.
Okay. And so tell me what about doing your job as as a father again makes you feel good about it?
I suppose the feedback from him was that he thought that it was worthy information to him, and he got a lot out of that. And for me, that gave me a great sense of satisfaction. To be able to pass that on and to be able to think that, yeah, that was a good piece of advice, and I've handed that on, and I feel great about myself. So,
for everybody else's benefit, if you notice, this sounds an awful lot like the first story, right? Client came in, he's got an issue with the super fund, he needs the information, Steve's able to come up with that information, pass it on to him, client is appreciative, son is appreciative. Does everybody see that? Simon, Sam, you guys see that?
Yeah.
It's almost identical. So what that tells us for everybody that's watching is that we're smack in the middle of exactly where we need to be to help Steve discover his why. So what I want to do is ask some verifying questions. Let me just see if my screen share is now working properly. Yeah, sure is. So can you guys see my screen at the moment?
Yep.
So when you go into your communication tab, you can see there's a lot of words that work for different whys, and we're over here in the Team Builder tab at the moment, and the verification words, I've sent them to you, right? Have you gotten those yet? Do you remember getting those as an email, as a gift? Anyway, they're out there somewhere, but they're all kind of. If you didn't get them, it doesn't matter. We'll make sure that you do. What I want to do is some verification questions to make and Bobby, you can check with me later to make sure. I send out so many gifts to people, I then forget where I've sent them. So it's all good. I'll make sure you get them. So as we're looking here, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a little bit of fun here. I'm going to pretend like you're on my team. So this is how we would do this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add. How do you spell your last name, Steve?
Wilson, W-I-L-S-O-N.
Okay. So now we're in the process of the Y discovery. And as soon as we discover the Y, we're going to pop this in, and I'm going to pretend like you're on my team and show you exactly what happens inside the portal.
Yep.
So if someone, so this is a verification question. If someone begins to tell you an issue that they have, do you sort of sit back and listen empathetically to what they're saying, or does your mind kick into high gear immediately to come up with a solution that will help them?
I think it kicks into trying to solve the problem.
Yeah. And is it one of those things that even if you've trained yourself to not necessarily share your solution because you know that people may not be ready to listen to it, you yourself actually can't stop your brain from turning on?
Yes.
Okay. And so this is a verification question, and I'm going to be very, very open with the process because I know you're looking to learn the process as well. So do you feel successful when you're able to take complicated things and sort them out for others?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah, because you're a guy like me. You're a make sense guy, right? You like to take, it's like somebody gives you data, gives you information, like give it to me, I'm happy, I love making sense out of things, I love this profession, I love the fact that I get to confront all kinds of problems, sort them out, come up with solutions to share with others. Does that sound about like you?
It does, yeah, a little bit, yep.
Well, a little bit's not good enough. We're going to need to verify a little bit further. So let's just check some comparison. Which comes first for you? Doing things the way they're supposed to be done, and because you know that there's a predictable result, or taking in the information and coming up with your own solution based on your own brain power?
I would say I like coming up with my own solution. Not necessarily what I do all the time, but I get more satisfaction out of coming up with my own solution.
Okay. And so that was comparing 5 versus 3. Now we're going to do something else. When you look at a scenario, is your natural tendency to look at all the data that's in front of you and sort through it to propose various ideas that would give people a place to go, or to look at it and say, where can I improve this thing?
Definitely have to improve.
Okay. And is it one of those things where you find yourself constantly asking the question, what if? What if we tried this? Well, how about what if we tried that? And what if we tried this other thing over here? And how about that?
Yeah, I like to try, yeah, I mean, if something doesn't work the first time, I would definitely say, no point in trying again, let's try something different.
Right, and is it...
the same thing, you're going to end up with the same answer, so let's throw something, a variable in there, let's do something different, even if it doesn't sound right, let's just do something different, because we need a different answer.
Right, and is it one of those things where when you look at a set of facts, of information, data in front of you, that it's almost as though there's a drive internally to look at what you might be able to tweak to improve that?
Yes.
Okay. When you're driving down the motorway, are you happy to just slowly go along in the slow lane?
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
Oh, that was funny. Everybody else behind you is going, no.
They've all been driven by me before.
Okay.
No, I can't do that.
Now feel this. Do you feel successful when you're able to find better ways of doing things and sharing those with others?
Yes.
Yeah. And is it one of those things that even though you know you've grown to manage it, etc., it's not like you can turn it off. In other words, it's always like, I wonder what I could say to my 9-year-old so that I could really reach him this time. I could talk to him about alpha males. I could do this and this and this. And then I wonder if I could do this. In other words, constantly asking that question, how to be the best, how to get better.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's feeling more right to me. So where we're playing with is we're in the analytical space, right? So whys 1 and 2, contribute and trust, are very emotional space. Whys 3, 4, 5, so that's make sense, better way, right way, or analytical. We're in that analytical space. So what I was playing with was make sense versus right way, make sense versus better way. And each time in these verifying questions, you keep coming back to a better way. Does that feel right to you?
I do definitely like to do things a better way, yep. If there's some achievement to be made, yep.
So here's what we're going to do. So this is what you can do with the team members that are not there, etc. Go back into, let me first go back and share my portal and show you exactly what it looks like. So I open up my portal, maybe the whole portal, not just that bit. Can you guys see that now?
Yep. I
click on to find a better way, and then I ask you, how does that show up for you? What do you do to let people know that you're always trying to improve things for their benefit, come up with a good solution for them, like your client with the super fund? How do you give them a sense that that's who you are?
Ooh. Yeah.
The old panda?
Yeah, that was quick. By constantly trying to challenge them, I suppose.
Okay. Challenge others, challenge thoughts, challenge everything?
Yeah, challenge, try and motivate, try and find what their goals are for the day or for the week.
Determine goals. What else do you do?
To achieve.
Sorry, say that again, please.
To achieve, both at work and in their life.
Okay, find out what others want to achieve. So that's personally and professionally. If I could just learn how to spell. Can you see what I'm doing on the screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then what do you know, what are your primary functions at the office?
Basically manage the coordinate the workflow, check the work going out, and then also relationships with clients.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll say client relationship, management, workflow. Okay, now what I don't know, okay, we're going to not send email, so I better put in a real email. What is your real email, Steve, just so I have it?
Steve at infrontbas. BAS.com.
Okay, password, we're going to say Steve 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, what will happen is once I do that, all of a sudden you're going to enter into the system. It'll take a minute for you to show up. And then you'll show up in our matrix. Let me refresh this. And then we'll do the same thing with each different person, and we'll begin to build the matrix. Have you been in there playing around a little bit?
Not yet, no. No, I think the first time we logged in, we opened that page and we put our names in, and then we just started doing the questions. We haven't got back to plugging that bit in yet, though.
Well, what's really cool is over here you have a video that gives you the instructions. All of the worksheets that you need are here. An explanation of the worksheets are here under this separate video there. And then we simply add new team members here and do the same process.
It's not showing, Rizzy. Put it back on. We're seeing your camera.
Oh, you see my camera?
Yeah, I have it too.
Yeah, we're back on. Back on seeing you.
Hold on. Let me go back and make that happen.
I have it too if you need me as a backup. I have it set up as well.
Okay, let me go back. I'll see if I can navigate. See, you're talking about the guy that's technically challenged, right? Okay. See where you are down here, Steve? Can you see that now?
Yep.
So when you do this with your whole team, it'll be just your team that is in your portal, and you'll be able to see the who, why, how, what of every single person on the team, and build out this whole breakdown. And every time you add a team member, so to add another team member, we go like that. And we'll do that again in a moment. And then you start building it out. Now what's going to happen when you go to communication is it's automatically going to populate all of those people. So Better Way person, there's Steve Wilson.
Yep.
See that?
Yep.
So what's happening is that the online portal, I'll stop sharing so we can talk to each other, the online portal is doing a lot of the functionality for you. So as you keep building through it, it's going to add bits and pieces, and it's going to automatically populate, and it'll give you all of the tools that you need, all of the videos to explain all the tools that you need, so that to the extent possible, I give you everything that you can do yourself, and obviously we show up on these workshops to get clarification and all that kind of thing. So what I propose is this. Let me grab Jared here, do his why, and I think we'll have plenty of time to circle back and talk to and you know, sort out those other volunteers, I mean, over there. Cool?
Lovely, thanks.
Okay, so stand by for a second. All right, Jared, can you hear me? Jared? Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Jared?
He is unmuted.
Okay, yep. Maybe having technical challenges. Jared, you there? All right, hold on. We're going to go, we'll circle back to Jared. Oh, you don't have a mic. Okay. So, are you just listening in for now then? Just listening in and learning? Because then we'll just go sort out Sam, Simon, and Tash. Perfect. Okay, Jared is just listening. Ha ha ha. We're coming back to my favorite friends in Perth. Awesome. Who wants to go next?
Right, me.
Okay, cool, Simon. Awesome. I'm excited. So, Simon, what's your last name, mate?
Lau, L-A-U.
Okay, perfect. So you know how this drill works already. You've seen the sort of how we put it together. So let's just go through it, and then again I'll show you exactly again for everybody else's benefit as well how to use your portal to begin building the breakdown for the whole team. So, Simon, tell me about something that happened to you at work with another person, a specific interaction that you can remember that made you feel successful or great.
Yep. I was talking to a client the other day.
Yep.
She is having some confusion in regards to her loans, and she wasn't sure what she needs to do with it. But she knows that she needs to do something. So yeah, so we had a chat, and I end up managing to like help her understand her loan like a little bit better, and and sort of like put her in the right direction as to like where she needs to go.
Perfect. So I just want to point out for everybody that Simon, do you mind if we talk openly about what's going on so that I'm both using this opportunity as a teaching opportunity for everybody? Is that cool?
Yep. Yep.
So what that was that you just shared with us was just the facts. And so what we need is to go past the facts and find out what about those facts made you feel successful. So tell us what about that made you feel good.
It makes me feel good that like like I'm able to help someone resolve an issue that they've got.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead, sorry.
Yep. Sorry.
And why is that important to you?
It makes me feel happy that I'm able to sort of help someone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. We'll just leave that right there for now. We don't have to go too far deeper than that because there's a great situation shaping up here. So, thank you for that. Switch gears and let's forget about work and tell me about something on the personal front. So friends, family, relationship, health, hobby, adventure, fun, anything you want. Something that happened with somebody else. Again, a specific interaction that made you feel happy or great outside work.
Able to take my mom and dad away on a holiday.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Congratulations, man. That's cool. Where'd you go?
Europe.
Oh, really cool. Very nice. And again, that's what happened. What about it made you feel good?
Makes me feel great to be able to see them sort of be happy, enjoy life, and and sort of like be part of them. Be part of it as well. Yeah, makes me feel happy to be able to sort of go on a holiday with them.
Yeah. Why was that important to you?
Be able to sort of like give something back to them. Because they have always been there for me. Sort of like a thank you type thing, and yeah.
Okay. So Simon, without Steve, without Simon seeing it, which one do you think he is? I mean, hold up however many fingers you think it is.
I think Simon is.
Just hold up a finger. Don't tell him anything. Okay. All right. Tash, I can't see you. I can't see your fingers. What do you think it is?
Right off.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. I got yours. I got yours, Steve. Good. So let's try that. I mean, what I heard, I think what we all heard, was that the responses, the stories that Simon shared with us were in the emotional space. So let's just test that a little bit, because obviously I want to. So first, what I'm going to do is we're going to test emotional versus analytical, and then go from there. So, Simon, which comes first for you? Helping somebody out however you can, and just because it feels good to help people out, or resolving an issue so that you can help somebody out?
Resolving an issue so I can help someone out.
Okay.
The second.
And is it more important to you to have an impact with what you're doing, or to kind of take in a bunch of information and through your own process of going through that information, you have an impact?
The first one.
Have an impact however you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it okay, so let me now we're gonna go back to comparing emotional spaces. Is it more important to you to, again, have an impact however you can, or to connect with somebody first and through the connection have an impact?
To have a connection first.
Okay. And if someone in some way violates your trust, do you find that to be annoying or like a punch in the stomach?
Annoying.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing too. And if someone asks you for a favor, is it your natural tendency, even though you may not do so, but is it your natural tendency to want to say yes to help them out?
It depends, not really.
Okay. So, so what was that comment over there that I missed?
No, we're just giggling.
Oh, okay, cool. So, if someone tells you an issue that they have, Simon, does your mind kick into overdrive to resolve the issue that they have, or do you kind of sit back and listen and see if you can't, feel for them?
The first one.
And is it something that you couldn't stop even if you wanted to?
Yeah.
So this is a funny question, and it's just a diagnostic question, right? It has nothing to do with reality. Is it one of those kinds of things where, generally speaking, by the time someone's told you 2/3 of their problem, you already have a solution for them?
Yeah.
And is it not true that if people would just listen to you, you could sort out all the problems of Australia?
Yeah.
So we're just having a bit of fun here. So do you feel successful when you're able to take problems and sort them out for others?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is classic. The reason why it's easy for me is because I am a make sense guy. When I was talking, when Steve, when you and I were talking, and I'm thinking, and I'm saying the words, and you're saying some words back, and I'm going, but I'm not feeling you as a make sense guy. That's because you're a better way guy. But Simon here is a make sense guy. He likes to make sense out of things. That's right. Exactly. That's right. That's exactly who I am. So let's go back and let me show you what that looks like when we are playing around in the portal. Oh, hold on. I need to first share my screen. Sharing screen. Share. Now you guys should see that. I'm going back over here. I'm pretending that my own internal portal is yours. So I would click here on the red button to add a team member. Pops in. We're going to go Simon. Can you guys see this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfectly. We're going to say to make sense of the complex. And then how do you do that on a daily basis? Obviously, I know you analyze things and all that, but tell me, how do you live the fact that you're a good problem solver? What does that look like for you?
So what I do at work every day.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it's not so much what you do specifically task-wise, but how do you live the fact that you have a unique problem-solving ability that others don't necessarily have?
Tend to be able to come up with ideas before everyone else does.
Ideas quickly. Okay. What else?
To be able to like work through an issue.
Work through issues. Okay. What else?
You love helping solve everyone else's problems.
Yeah. I love like helping solving everyone else's problems.
Okay. Perfect. And then, and what is your primary function? What are your primary things that you do?
At work?
Yes.
Deal with clients, get their work done.
Client relations, tax work, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tax work. What else?
Dealing with whatever technical issues that arise at work.
Technical stuff. Okay. Basically what I'm doing here, Steve, is just showing you exactly how the system works. So that would be...
I think we're frozen. We're still on the...
Yeah, Rich, we're seeing the team page, not the add member page.
Oh, that's funny. I'm looking at the...
Is it on the same monitor or the same
We're
part?
still moving on the bottom pictures, but the main screen seems to be frozen.
Well, let's just see what happens.
You know, try this, Rich. Try unsharing and resharing again. That might fix it.
Okay, let me try unsharing and resharing, because I'm sitting there typing away all the stuff Simon's sharing with me.
We can see you again, Rich.
Okay, now you can see me. Now I'm going to go back over here. See what happens.
Yeah, that fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what is your email, Simon?
Simon at infront.com.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here. Simon at. Tell me again. Sorry.
Infront, INFRONT,
Okay, cool. Simon, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I popped that in here. Don't say that there. And now we go back to the main screen. Can you see my main screen now?
No, we're still on the that same page.
Well, that's interesting. So this is a software thing that we need to look at later. Now you should be able to see it. Yeah?
I don't think it's a problem with our portal. I think it's a problem with the interface of the Google Hangouts.
Okay, got it. And in a
Looks
moment,
like it wasn't added.
It's come back up anyway. We can now see. Oh, hold on. Simon's not on there though.
yeah, no, it'll take a minute. It'll take about a minute, and then he'll populate directly below Steve.
Yep.
And then we're beginning to build this out. So, in fact, watch this. I bet if I refresh, it'll probably work. No, not quite. Take a minute. It takes a minute. So, again, now what we're doing is we're building out a matrix of the psyche of everybody. As you can see, this is a test one, so there's a lot of silly things in there. But if it was properly built out like this, you can really see how everybody sees the world. Okay, cool. Now we're going to pay attention to the ladies. So, who wants to swap seats with Simon?
Sorry, what was that one?
I was going to say, who wants to swap seats with Simon so we can...
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Good. I'm a little bit nervous.
The coffee's kicked in, though?
A little bit too much.
You're feeling that jittery sense of things? We're going to have a lot of fun. Awesome. Okay, so don't even worry about it. Just think about you're just sharing a couple of stories with a friend. Okay? All right. So, tell me about. By the way, what's your full name, please?
Full name's Samantha. Last name's Barker. Barker.
Okay. Perfect. So, tell me about something that happened to you at work with another person. Again, something specific you can remember that made you feel successful or great.
Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I went and drew a client. We just done the end of her account. And she just had a baby, but she couldn't come into the office. I went over to her house, drop them off, and go through them with her. And it was really great just to sort of get to have a good chat with her, because normally when we do her accounts, we do them about 3 days before they're due. So it's sort of just like, we do it and we get her to sign it, and she doesn't really understand what she's signing.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, because we got it done a bit earlier, I was able to sort of go out there and explain things, and she really sort of got a better understanding of what all those numbers actually meant. And it just made me sort of feel great, just because I was able to help her really just understand her business a bit better, and also just to help us create sort of a better relationship, if that makes sense.
Sure, exactly. It sure does. And what about helping her understand the business and create that relationship made you feel good?
It was nice just because she's been a client for about 4 or 5 years, and I know that she probably hasn't understood the numbers previously the best, and it's something that unfortunately we haven't just been able to do because we've been so busy and things like that. So it was really great to get the chance to do that. And I don't know, I want clients to sort of be able to find what I do for them useful. I want to help them and things like that. So when I'm able to do that, that makes me feel great.
Yeah. What about it? What about it makes you feel great?
I don't know. That's really sort of tricky to put into words. Just sort of seeing a client actually, appreciate the work that we do and things like that, and knowing that she can see some value in that makes me feel great, because I'm hoping that that's going to help her with her business.
Sure. And why is that important to you to help her with the business?
Well, because I want her to be successful, and I feel like, when I help clients and they're successful, that makes me feel successful. So that feels important to me.
Excellent. Okay, great. Steve, behind there, I can see your fingers. What do you think this is?
Do I need to look away?
I think she is a...
Okay, we'll see. We'll see in a minute. Anybody else want to put their fingers? Anybody else wants to show their finger count? Well, you can play too. This is the fun group from Perth, right? I mean, we're all good. So okay. So Sam, if you don't mind, tell us a second story that is on the personal level, something that happened to you outside work that made you feel successful or great with another person.
All right, this was probably a few weeks ago now. My mom, she has a spinal disease, and she'd hurt her back a few weeks ago, and I sort of had to run her around to all these specialists and things like that. And even though it was such an unfortunate situation, because she's in pain and she's hurt and things like that, it made me feel great to be able to sort of help her and to be able to sort of fix a lot of her problems because she needed to get lots of tests done, things like that. So just being able to help her and being able to comfort her and things like that made me feel great.
What about it? What about being able to do that made you feel great?
I don't know. She's always been such a great sort of support network for me. So just sort of be able to, I suppose, return the favor and I don't know, just comforting her and things like that. That's just something that makes me feel good.
Okay. So is it more important to you to help someone out however possible, or to connect with them first and through the connection help them out?
I would say the first one, to be honest.
Okay. So is it one of those types of things that if you see someone out on the street and they've got a problem or whatever, it wouldn't be weird for you to just stop and help them?
No, definitely not.
Okay. And if someone asks you for help, is it your natural tendency to want to say, yeah, sure, if you can?
Yes.
And does that sometimes get you in, I don't know, a bit overcommitted or plate completely full kind of thing?
Yes.
So do you feel successful when you're able to contribute to others besides yourself? You don't have to be the cause, but you can contribute to somebody else's cause.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty straightforward on that one. Right. So
One.
all right. So again, let me show you, because it's great to be able to just learn the process on the fly. So we go to add a team member. Now, can you guys see add a team member, or do you just see the team screen?
Just the team screen again.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. This is interesting. This is a Google Hangout feature. What happens is I have to go to the specific one, otherwise it doesn't work. Now it should work. Now you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to go Samantha Parker, contribute to a greater cause. How do you live that on a daily basis? How do you live the fact that it feels great to you to help people, to do something for them? What does it look like for you?
I don't know. Basically, most interactions I have, if anyone needs help, I'm sort of always jumping in, offering, and things like that.
Okay, what else?
What else do I do?
I cannot say no.
Yeah, I do. I struggle to say no a lot.
Struggle to say no because you want to help. Okay, what else? How else does it show up? What do you do that's unique? In conversation, you walk in, you say hello, you smile. I mean, there's a lot of things that you do. Tell me a few of them. Greet everybody. What does that look like?
I really don't know. That's really tricky. I'm trying to think of just what I do day to day.
Well, do you try to bring a smiley face to people? If they need a smile, do you give them yours? What do you do?
Yeah, people are saying yes. I don't know if I do that, but yeah. I like to think I try to do that at least.
Yeah.
Aw.
For others. Okay. And what is your primary functions?
You mean like at work or just?
Yes, at work.
So talking to clients and sort of preparing work for them and things like that.
Client relations, client workflow. What else? Anything else you want me to put down?
That's more or less it. I assist some other team members, but that's not really an official role. That's just something that.
Okay, no worries. That's good. And what is your email?
Sam@infrontbass.com.
Okay, Sam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so send, not now, and it's going to take a minute to show up. In the meantime, I will stop sharing. Did I come back, or am I still sharing my screen?
You're back.
Okay, excellent. And we are building this matrix slowly but steadily. As you guys can see, hold on, I'll share it with you again. Now, this becomes a really powerful tool for culture later. See the bottom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all come up now.
And what's really, really cool is all of this, of course, is transferring over when you do it on your own portal into your communication. So there's Samantha, there's Simon, there's Steve, and the whole team breaks down, and then you could literally watch a video that says, how do I deal with Samantha? How do I talk to her? What does it look like? How do I help and motivate Simon? Because there's a video right there next to, based on his particular why, are what are the words that will really reach him at his essence. Same thing with you guys in dealing with Steve. You can say, oh, what's important to a better way person? Let me open up a video, click on the video, and watch that video, and those are the words that really work. Everybody see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really, really powerful stuff. It gives you a whole language that you can use to kick your culture up to a whole nother level. Okay, we have Tesh left to go.
Tash, you're up.
Tash.
Go on, Tash. Come on in.
How do you spell Tesh? I want to make sure I spell it properly.
Hello.
Hi, Tesh. How do you spell your name?
It's just T-A-S-H.
Okay, and your last name?
Jones.
Okay, perfect.
It's actually Tasana, so it's T-A-S-H-A-N-A.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, you kind of know how this works already. You're the resident expert being going forth. You now know more than everybody else. So we'll see how this works out. So tell us about something that happened to you at work with another person that made you feel successful or great.
About a week ago, a client came, because I'm an admin, so she came to me sort of directly and just said, the ATO's on my back, I don't know what I need, but they've said I need this, 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 I don't know how to get it, I'm struggling. And I just said, no worries, leave it with me, I'll sort you out. And then I went back and sent her a whole list of everything that she needed and broke it down for her, made it really easy for her. And then she responded, she was like, that's great, you know, you've gone above and beyond, and that's really helped me, and that, you know, made me feel good.
Yeah? What about it made you feel good?
That I was appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. And what about being appreciated is important to you?
As harsh as this may sound, I like to know that I'm not wasting my time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Okay. Story number one. Okay. Steve, your record's not too good so far, but you know what do you think?
And this one, when we did it to Tash, we were struggling to find any number for Tash. That's why I asked before about does age have a factor, but you're saying by early teens it's sorted. We were struggling with Tash. We couldn't. I don't think we were unearthing good enough questions, or we weren't digging deep enough to really find or to be able to delve into Tash. We're lost.
No worries. So just want to point out a couple of things you can do as you kind of progress with the process. One is to trust your intuition. If something feels right or wrong, you're probably on the right track. Like when you and I were discovering your why, the words were sounding a lot like make sense, but my intuition was saying, I'm not feeling this. And that intuition thing is really smart when it comes to connecting on the limbic level, because we're talking about why to why, limbic level connections, right? So trusting your intuition is big. Listening to the words behind the words is big. And then the other thing that'll happen, and I'm just going to be really open and take a risk here. So can you guys see my screen again?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at, when you hear different words, when you look at the words that work, and up at the top there is a tool. It's called Y Communication Keywords. You can click on that Y Communication Keywords. Most of them are going to be over here in the diagram anyway. You can look through, and if some of the words pop out, then they're likely to be you might be right on track. So I actually have an additional word. Thank you, Tesh. You just helped me with something that I am improving the product all the time. So let me just make a note of something that I want to add, which we will do later.
You dropped a keyword, Tash. We haven't picked up on it, but anyways.
Yeah, you dropped a keyword. It was very cool, and I appreciate it. Okay, so jumping to personal. Tell us about something that happened to you outside work that has nothing to do with work, with somebody else, a specific interaction that you had that made you feel successful or great.
So one of my hobbies is I like to make cakes.
Uh-huh.
And about a month ago now, one of my family friends came to me and said, you know, my son's turning 8, would you mind making a cake for him? And I said, yeah, no worries, without even really thinking about it. I said, not a problem, you know, just send me a picture of what you want, no worries. And then she sent me a picture of what she wanted, and it was above my skill level.
Okay.
So I felt a bit overwhelmed, and like I'd agreed, and she'd like planned for me to make it, and I'd agreed, and like the date was all set up and everything. So I felt a bit overwhelmed that I'd bit off more than I could chew. So I was putting it off for ages and just sort of going, and she was like texting me going, you know, how's the cake coming along? And I was going, oh yeah, really good, and I hadn't even started. And I put it off for a long, long time, and then I just said, all right, I've got to do this. You know, she'd set it up like this, so I just buckled down and did it. And then the end result, I was really, really happy with how it turned out, and it made me feel really good that I was actually able to achieve something I thought I wasn't.
And what about achieving something that you thought you couldn't do made you feel good?
It just sort of confirmed that I was heading in the right direction, and that I was improving slowly without even recognizing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And why is that important to you?
Because I want to know I'm doing the right thing.
Okay.
And that I am able to improve. Because I don't just want to be stuck in the same place. I want to continually grow.
Okay. Is it more important to you to do things properly like they're supposed to be done so that others can have confidence in you, or to build confidence, and one of the ways that you do that is by trying to do things the right way? Which comes first?
Probably the second one.
Yeah. So how important is trust to you?
I like it when I can trust someone. It's not hugely important to me.
Okay. Is it more important to you to, so saying it more directly, to, if we were go to, we'll have some fun here. Let's have some, we'll go off the reservation for a moment and have a little bit of fun. If we were to go and look in your closet at home, what would we find? Would it be nice and organized and sorted out, or would it be a big jumbled mess? What would it look like?
It swings between both. It'll either be really, really organized or really, really messy.
Okay. And when you were younger, and your group, if you will, the group that you periodically used to hang out with, would go to the left, which way did you go?
So you went on doing something that you follow? Like your friends and buddies?
Depended what it was. I would never be peer pressured into anything.
And was it your natural tendency to want to say, you know, we could do this, but I'm thinking, what about this over here? Okay. And did you do any athletic stuff in school?
Yep.
What'd you do?
Basketball.
And tell me what you liked about basketball.
I was really good at it. I liked being good at it.
And did you have a tendency to learn also by watching others who were good and taking their thing and just incorporating it into your game?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you were playing basketball, did you frequently or periodically, I mean, you know, on a fairly often basis, do things like ask yourself the question, suppose I try this. I wonder what's going to happen if I do that.
Yeah.
And is it one of those kinds of things that continues to be a driver? In other words, this is good. However, I wonder if we could make this even improvement over here.
Yes.
Is it kind of a thing that almost bugs you if you can't do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now what are you hearing, Steve?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. And so, do you feel, when you're able to improve something, do you feel a natural propensity to say, hey, let me share this with somebody?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you feel successful when you're able to find better ways of doing things and sharing them with others?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see why this was very tricky. I can totally see where you guys could be like this, quite challenging. Because in the words, what I heard was that trust was actually important to you, but it's not the driver. It's one of those things that hangs out like right here. It's kind of like sometimes important, sometimes it's not important. Maybe it's important, maybe it's not. But the one thing that does drive you is being the best you can be. Is that not true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that means that sometimes it involves building trust, and other times it doesn't. Other times it just involves being the best you can be. It doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good, man. So I can see why you and Steve get along. No worries. So hold on. We'll have some fun here. Let me go back to my trusty chart. I'm going to open this up. Share. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I can't do it that way. I'm going to try something slightly different, see if it works. Go back. I'm learning with you guys, and I appreciate that. Right, here we go. Screen share. Boom. Is that showing up? The adding another team member showing up?
yeah.
Okay. Find a better way. How do you live the fact that you're always seeking to do your best and tweak things, improve things, all that?
I'm always thinking about it. I'm
Okay.
always questioning things. I find it very difficult to switch my brain off because I'm always thinking about. I'll go back and replay things in my head and go, what if we did that? What if we did that?
Classic better way. Head. What if? Okay. And what do you do primarily at the office?
Admin.
Okay. Perfect. And tell me your email real quick.
Special projects.
Admin and special projects.
Admin, special projects. All right. Perfect.
Because I know I can give her a project and I know that she will take the challenge on and want to succeed.
Uh-huh. Of course.
Tash at infrontbase.com.
Okay. Infront. Oh, my bad. Hold on. And then we're going to go Tash. And There. Now. Okay. And it'll show up down here in just a moment. So, the thing that is really, really key, there we go, there's all 4. So now, unlike mine that are just test runs, as you can see, as you build out your other 2 team members, Steve, can you see how you begin to build the whole psyche of the company down here?
You gotta share again.
Yeah, we know what motivators people are, yeah.
Okay, 1 second, let me share again. Go back here, and you guys seeing it now?
Yep.
Okay, so you can see the psyche of everybody. So imagine you bring a new person on as the firm grows, and you're going to send them over here, and you're going to say, go take a look at the rest of your teammates. Take a look at their whys. Take a look at what that looks like, and see how they live that. You'll get a real sense of who we all are very, very quickly. And then you can say to that same person, go over to communication, have a look, and you'll learn quickly how to communicate with these different people. Here are words that really work with Tash. Innovate, improve, push forward, create, associate, tweak, question, drive the limits, advance, progress, expand. Those are words that really work with Tash. Words that really work with Sam are support, help, contribute, participate, involve, jump in, assist. Those are the way you're going to be able to influence each of the people, and you can watch the video that talks specifically about how to use all of those different words in your organization and in communicating with each person. When you're looking to build a team to do something, you say, oh, good, well, let's get a nice blend. We need one better way person, but we also need a make sense person, because the make sense person is going to help that better way sort it out, right? And you can build your team and your groups based on the task that you have at hand, using the tool to really help you lock down your culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Originally, what was the word that Tash said in her first one that you needed to add to that list?
Well, what it was not actually a word associated with better way. It was just a word that was missing from one of the, see, I'm always listening. What's the word? The word was appreciate. So appreciate is a trust-based word. Appreciate goes along with relationship, connection, reliable, etc. And it's not on my list, which I find annoying. So Bobby, please write that down. Add it to the list. So I appreciate you helping me come up with another word that we can add, always looking to expand and make it better for you. Steve, any other questions you have for me while your team is right there? And then we'll see if we can get Janet on here and do one last one this evening.
Do you know, I've got a burning question. When I was up on stage, you gave me a 2 for a trust, and then today you give me a 4 for better way. So I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah, because I think what happened is when you first come, this happens a lot. When somebody comes up on stage, they're a little bit like this, and you're jumping, you're a little bit nervous. There was 400 people there, so and as a result, the true essence of somebody might take a little bit longer to come out. What do you feel is more you?
I struggled initially with the trust, but when I had thought about it and different issues that have come up, I've actually quite gotten very accustomed to that as being a primary issue for me.
Okay, so so this is a great opportunity for everybody watching. What's going on here is this: you have your why, and you have a very strong how, very dominant how. And I think we talked about that a little bit at the event. The question is it this way or is it this way? And because one of them is so strong, your dominant how is so strong, it's easy to flip back and forth. So you tell me, so here the key issue is which comes first. Is it first for you to find better ways of doing things so that you build trust, or to build trust always, and a dominant way that you do that is by finding better ways of doing things? You do both, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I think the way that you put it before, is would I help someone out that I didn't trust?
Right.
And the answer to that is no.
Okay. So let's dig a little deeper, man, because I really want to hone in on this. Which it's 4-2-4-2. Which is 4? Which is 2? Which is 2? Which is 4? Okay. So that's good. When you go to help that person, would you naturally dive in to help, or would you seek a better way, like even before you help them?
Oh, I have to try and think of a particular event. Like at work, it would definitely be help first.
Okay.
Try and come up with a problem.
So which
and I suppose something else that we talked about, I can get trust from social acceptance. So in other words, if I'm at an event where we're all like-minded, or someone has referred someone to me, then I can accept that as socially trusted, so I can start from a level playing field. But if someone comes to me that I'm unknown, has been unreferred, then I'm very much trust first.
And that's a very big sign for being trust first. Okay, so let's go to a specific. Let's drill a little deeper, because I want to make sure we nail this, because your drive to find a better way is very, very strong. So we just have to figure out, and it's actually critical, because it really involves a lot of the messaging that we're going to work on together.
Yeah.
Think about you're facing a client that has a complex situation, okay? And your job is to, even better, they're not a client yet, they're a prospect. You're talking to a prospect. They have a complex situation. Is it your first driver to connect with them, or to look at the situation and figure out how you could improve that for them, and through the process of improving, connect with them? Is it pure connect with them first, or connect with them through improving their situation?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I always like a small talk first, so I think I like a connection first, and then I like to build on that by giving them some advice, and then that solidifies the connection.
Okay, so then I am totally okay with going back to where we started, which is that it's the other way around, that your why is trust and your super dominant how is a better way, is to find better ways of doing things. I think that's actually more accurate. And I will tell you that one of the reasons why today it might have been slightly harder to get to that is because you've had an awful lot of time to think about it. So as opposed to when we were together on the Gold Coast, it was very pure. You had no idea what was coming, and there was no way to hide anything. But when you start turning it over and over and over and over and over and over in your brain, and the neocortex kicks in, then it's tougher. But if the connection piece is first, then what's going on is trust first.
Yeah.
Better way, super dominant. So watch this. Here's why this is really cool. So now we go back over here, and I just go like this. Can you guys see my screen? And I go over here. I go down here, and I go change.
And Rich, just so you know, we're talking. I already did that, but go ahead.
Oh. So as we were talking, Bobby already changed that. Can you see it?
Yeah. Hold on, Bob.
So now, and that's what the beauty of this is, right? Because at the end of the day, what's really critical is that this is about you. Only you really, really know, and it's got to feel right. It's got to be limbic. And then all of the messaging that we do based on this comes from that space. Does that feel better for you?
It does. It does feel better for me. Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Let me just go back up here for a second and just see. I want to read you something. I've got to pull them up first before you can see it. Let me just pull these up. Awesome. How am I going to pull these up? Yeah, there we go. If I wrote you a card like this, I mean, this is a bit hokey, but we're among friends, right?
Yep.
Can you guys see this?
No, we can see you.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back here. How about now?
Yes.
Yep.
Dear Steve, thank you for being so reliable and dependable. Everyone counts on you and you connect us all. You stay in touch and make us feel safe, constantly building strength in our relationships. You help create a feeling of family, which we deeply appreciate. Signed, Ridgely. How does that feel for you?
That makes me feel very warm and fuzzy.
Okay, good. Now let me check in with your team. Does that feel right? Does that sound like that? Would you guys say, based on your experience, that trust is a major driver for Steve?
Yeah.
Yes, if someone violated that trust,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, that's the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Then that's about all I need to know, mate. So again, anybody you wake up tomorrow and you say, okay, obviously in your own portal, when you have all this stuff in your own portal, you look at it and you say, I wonder if I'm feeling that. Check in, do it again, check in again, and get to that space where you knew, and you just had to trust yourself. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's exactly right, and you did, and I'm glad you did, because all the messaging that we work on over the course of the next however many months that we work on these things will largely be based on a strength of trust.
Mm-hmm.
What other questions do you guys have for me?
Anyone?
I have one.
Sure.
Why did my closet matter?
Because right way people would never have a messy closet.
Because there's a right way to do it. And there's that
Right.
So, yeah, if you were always the right way, it would always be very organised. You wouldn't allow it
Yeah.
to get messy. But if you allow it to get
like if you go to see a desk of a right way person, it would not look like the desk that I'm looking at right now.
Tash's desk is always very tidy.
Yeah, so
But having said that,
Sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's either really tidy or really, really not.
Yeah.
well, and I can tell you that a right way person would never have a really not tidy desk, ever.
That makes Jamie a right way. Sorry, that we're just analysing a former staff member. She would just be, I would call it anal. It was just picture perfect.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if you know that about someone, you know that there's certain things that they do really well, like better than everybody else, right? Because they're like, this goes like this, like right, exactly. What else can I do to serve you this evening before we wrap this guy up, and I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is.
No, we're good. If you wanna jump to Jared, no problem.
We'll try one more time, see if Jared's got a mic, but I think he's just kind of listening in and learning in the process. Jared, can you hear me? No. Okay. Just listening on this end, he says in the chat. No worries. All right, guys. Well, listen, have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'll be sending out invites to the next thing we're looking on is different websites, and look forward to joining up again and taking a look at the next spot.
Thanks so much, Ridgely.
Thanks, Ridgely.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye now.
Enjoy the evening.